chỉ tan đồ cha ta bây na thì ní cái gì yo chỉ là tiền chỉ đồ cha chỉ cái đó ta yang là chưa lung chưa yang na ta chỉ cái gì số số bộ bộ mo la số bắt ta tiền riêng cái tiền riêng tiền chỉ thì ní xem ni một thằng bạn làm đồ cha cái này thì ní bữa sẽ.
And so, like an example of this mental, excitement or whatever that is caused by desire. Desire always is coming about in relation to an object of that desire. So that object can be any number of things, but it could be, some kind of possession or wealth that you desire. It could be a partner, like a man or a woman who you're attracted to. It could, anyway, but any thoughts that arise out of desire for something is, a mental activity or like a, overactive mind due to or arising from desire.
And did you call it down? The chachi undu call it in the your de la tachi. Yonten rawu, yonten segmarego, yonten segor chesegortas. Tendi changjang tragedy. Digi chun rawu te tsani mantung che. Ani kasi di sembate short de yorsta.
And the way that happens for us is that we get caught up only trying to look at the kind of positive or like attractive side of that thing, and we are completely unable to see anything else or any kind of faults in that thing. And then our mind, just kind of slips into that way of thinking, only thinking of how great it would be or how positive it is.
Na solo de leba ji yore sido de leba de pa so jigla bed yon ro sido de yore ta so jigla bed sho yo sum ta de.
So our brains just only fall into like one-sided thinking, like we're only thinking with one part of our brain.
Not two.
Yeah. Not thinking of things from both sides.
And this home that they are dembarang mares. And this home that digital and dodical young chache yores. They are hibazogores.
And so only seeing that one side of things isn't, seeing the whole situation. We also need to see, the complete side or the complete picture of things. We need to see both their qualities and their faults, or the faults of being completely wrapped up in thought like that. And by understanding that, then we can, reduce our attachment to that kind of thinking.
That benefit so now mula rawuji chaba ina yang ta mudele chaba la tenjini gaba da jipa da yapu yungwi ki chayang yore dele tenjini teni muntumba yungwa kanga yungwa jigi jigla ta kasiri yichi matabya teni ta kachin ladan ti jikta tingsang tutuna 하장거 배다 투보지 자체지니 다 간데 제거나 하마고 만다부터인데 왜 몽보 차기 오래스라라
간데
다 배는지 다 나은게 다 배는 문다부지라 다 먹을 라이다부지라 다 퍼포먼스 세제문도 다 가리나지 근데 제를 차바이나 양세라 되게 통에 껴 몽보지 그 오래스 다 가세디 되게 돈이 뇨다양 용구요래. 데라 땡제니 눈이 다니 소소급파 이치바나기 파기니체 이치양 요마리스. 소소급파 제와 때바나기 파기니체 제와 된다 요마리스. 다직 덴들라 소바게 다직 선선은 bedden 고고 두바체 된다양 용구요리스. 다 같이 강아 뭐뭐 제기 돈이 파주 숙제라디 요래마도 데 Yonde Chachipano Marevas. They are the Shina, and it has a taste cook as Lanjum Rugdes.
And so, having that strong attachment, for example, to a person that you desire or a person that you're attracted to, comes from only seeing their good qualities, or comes from only thinking that good things will come from that happiness and joy will come from that. But there's so many things that can come from that desire. You can have that desire, and with that desire really desire someone who doesn't desire you. And from that desire can come a trust that you have for a person who doesn't trust you, a love that you have that isn't returned. There's, just as many potential difficulties as there are potential goods that can come from that. So just thinking about not only thinking one-sidedly of that thing can help those thoughts to become more gentle and less powerful, less overpowering.
Ani tigana yinge ta je longchue la ta chana. Ini ta di jepam pesha singen tu samje tambo sa kawa, bad song kawa. Tene kare kola tambo sa kawa, bad tambo sa kawa, bad song kawa. Tama o sen rubi ke tene kasere simply dunga. Tene sene ta teso la chetang pe mambo do usam tang yore. Ta ina denga so chama de che gosa maris.
And if we think about our desires and attachments for wealth and possessions, if we just think that having money would be good, but actually money's hard, first of all, hard to make. Once we've made it, it's hard to sustain. Then after we've it's hard, once it's hard to make, then it's hard to protect. Then you're always going to be wanting to increase it even more. And then there's the fear that you're going to lose it. There's so much more that comes along with it. That's not just like, oh, how great would it be to have money?
Oh, so tini pela ne chi se jore je rasa ji na dunga rasa ji je lok se ji na dunga lok se ji je tene ya se ji na dunga ya se jore ta ar la de la lok munda ta je bai se ka se yo na dunga te ka je mota se ji yo na dunga te ka se je nam de se ji yo na dunga te ka se yo se la go me na.
And so in Tibet, we have a saying that if you have the wealth of owning one goat, you have the suffering of having one goat. If you have the wealth of having one sheep, then you have the suffering of having one sheep. And if you have the wealth of having one yak, then you have the suffering of having one yak. So I guess that doesn't really work in America. So I guess you could say if you have the wealth of having a bicycle, you have the suffering of a bicycle. If you have the wealth of a car, you have the suffering of having a car. And if you have the wealth of having an airplane, you have the suffering of having an airplane.